Hey everybody, Andre Meunier here, beer writer for the Oregonian and Oregon Live, coming to you on Monday afternoon with Paul Reiter of Great Notion Brewing. He is one of the three founders who in 2016 started the brewery in Northeast Portland, along with James Dugan and Andy Miller. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing, man. Stuck inside just like everyone else. Let me rephrase. I'm safe inside.
You're safe. There you go.
Yeah, positive
Proper
outlook, right?
proper syntax is important.
hmm
So you guys are known for your hazies, Juice Junior. You're known for your culinary inspired beers. And that all, you guys were a huge story the last 3 years. That all came to a grinding halt last month. Tell me about how that impacted you guys.
the saddest thing and biggest change is that we don't get to see the smiling faces of 50 plus employees that had to be laid off and are home right now, and fighting for that check, and the check is nowhere near what it used to be. And so it's a shame we had to close. We had just opened our third location in Beaverton. You were there for the grand opening. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it was fun. It's a beautiful space too.
It was like 2.5 weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
3 weeks ago.
feels like 3 months ago.
And so now we had to close that location and our original Alberta location. Out of the 50 or so employees that we have that work in our restaurants, the front of house and back of house, the great cooks we have and bartenders, we only have 4 people remaining that are
Uh,
selling beer to go every day.
that's got to have been the hardest part of this all.
Yeah, it's, we're the, what's the word? It's just, we're the employer, we're their source of income, right? And that's more than 50 people for us. It's a huge number.
Right.
Yeah, of
So,
course, beer sales have dropped. We're losing thousands of dollars, but I feel that's less important than supporting all these people that believe in us.
yeah, absolutely. You guys had a different and a very unique model for the way you got your beer to the public. Besides draft sales in the pubs, you had the once a week Saturday package releases.
Right.
How do you think that way of doing business affected you guys differently than it did any of the other breweries?
Sure. Well, yeah, we're not regularly distributing, right? So a lot of the breweries that regularly distribute, they're relying on 75 to 80% of their beer to go out the door and have those consistent paychecks from Fred Meyer or Safeway. And
Yeah,
we never had that, right? We're still very lucky that people are still coming out every day. And it weighs on our conscience, though, right? Every day, these people are coming down. We have people that drive from Seattle all the time to buy our beer because, they think no one else does fruited sours like we do. And I'm sure there's lots of other people that do, but they love it. And
they
I
love
love
you.
they do that, but I feel bad at the same time. So basically the to-go beer, that revenue is reduced by, I don't know, half or something like that. I don't want to give our exact numbers or anything like that, but we're losing thousands of dollars every single day.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
That's okay. We'll still, we'll power through this because luckily for us, we have a great brand that people support.
Absolutely. And speaking of powering through it, you guys are doing something really, really cool too with this laid off lager beer that you guys are going to do. I think you were telling me it's Thursday or Friday this week you're coming out with it. Tell me about laid off
Yeah,
lager.
it's canning on Thursday. I mean, things can always happen. It could get pushed back, but the plan as of right now is to can that beer on Thursday morning. And so it'll be for sale tentatively, if nothing goes wrong, right when we open at 12 noon on Thursday. And we're donating 100% of those proceeds to our laid off staff.
You're going to take profits from laid off lager, thus the name, and give it back to the people you had to let go, essentially.
Correct. Yeah. That's going back to our staff because 90% of them were laid off.
Ah. And then you have two other donation beers
So
going.
yeah, sorry. So we're also support. So that was our own concept, our own beer, our own idea, which we thought of a couple weeks ago. And then our friends from New York, Other Half Brewing, came out with a very similar idea, but they reached out to on a global scale to breweries from all over the world to give back to their laid off and unemployed workers and current workers as well. So we're participating in that as well. So that beer is going to come out in I think 2.5 weeks.
What's that called?
All together.
All together.
Yep. So we're all in this crap together, and we need to pick a nonprofit. We still didn't do that. We have a couple more weeks to donate a piece of that too as well. And then a third beer that we just came up with the concept, but everyone's fighting for PPE right now, and the nurses here are on the front line every day. They're the ones having the riskiest job in the world right now, doctors and nurses. And so we want to give back to that community as well. So we just had our illustrator, Chad Eaton, he's donated the artwork, by the way, for Laid Off Lager and this new beer. Tentatively, it's either going to be Afterglow, which is a West Coast version of Juice Jr. or Ripe that we have. But I think we're going to swap out the logo and put this really cool cat nurse on the front and donate proceeds from that, and hopefully be able to donate a couple $1,000 towards local PPE.
That's fantastic, Paul. Congrats to you guys for doing that and thinking about all the ways that you can try and make it right for some of the people who are suffering.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's just we want to do what's right. You know, we want to give back to the community, and everyone's in this together. And it really sucks, and we're lucky enough that we're able to do that right now. So thank you to everyone that's still coming out and buying our beer. That allows us to then donate that money, give that money right back.
Awesome. Speaking of people coming out to buy your beer, tell us how people can get it now, because it's a little different than it used to be. You used to just walk to the pub or show up Saturday morning.
Yeah,
but not anymore.
No, so currently it is still the only, 99% of our beer is still sold right now through our front of house tap room. We're right now Northwest 28th is the only location still open. Tuesday through Sunday, we're closed on Mondays, and 12 to 7 is the hours. We're still selling like once a week, a pallet of beer might go somewhere. Like we just took one pallet of beer and put it on Tavor just to try to, we did that before we knew that people would still come out. We made that deal with them like a couple weeks ago. But then we've been working something I talked to you about in secrecy, swore you to secrecy. But, you know, we actually, a lot of breweries just came out with delivery right now or shipping and just thought, oh my God, this crap, I have to pivot and transition our business. 6 months ago or even a year ago, we started talking about, hey, if we want to continue to sell our beer direct to consumers and the Oregonians are a small piece of this pie, how can we get our beer out? Or I'm sorry, Portland's a small piece of pie, but how can we get our beer to Bend and, you know, Salem and up to Seattle, whatever, without opening tap rooms all over? Because that's a lot that goes in that. So we started putting money into development of an application, and we want it to be a badass app. We don't want to just turn on delivery right now and people call us up and order beer. It would just, we want to do it right. And when we bet big on something, we go big on it at Great Notion. So we started working on an app 6 months to a year ago. It's finally going to come out in about a week. I don't know. Let's just say 2 weeks to be safe. But on that app, you'll be able to order beer for delivery. You'll be able to order beer for curbside pickup. That's the first rollout. 2 weeks later, order it for shipping. And then on the app, there's a million Easter eggs. You can look through every single one of our cans. You can find characters. You can find the backstory of all the characters.
Yeah.
You'll be able to get points and unlock video games. You'll be able to unlock augmented reality stuff like Pokemon Go. So it's really badass. And this is something we didn't just start working on 2 weeks ago because of COVID-19. Something we've been working on for over 6 months.
That's seriously cool, Paul. And talk about great timing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to say anything's awesome right now, but you know, yeah.
Serendipitous. Let's call it that.
Let's give you guys the sneak peek. I'm going to hold my phone up
let's see it. What do you got?
But yeah, I don't know how clean and good that looks right here.
It's pretty good. Not bad.
So we got this guy. I'm going to click on characters, this little alien at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see, of course, there we go. See all our characters. You can scroll up. There's different people. You click on the people. Like if I click on the key lime pie, what's that? A toucan? What is that again? What do you call those birds?
A flamingo.
Flamingo, pink flamingo. Click on that. It'll give you the information about him. Apparently his name's Larry. Maybe Leisure.
You're supposed to know this.
But yeah, so there's going to be backstories, and I have to creatively work through the backstories of our 70 plus characters right now, which is kind of fun and interesting as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks like more like a video game than a beer app.
It is, man. I love video games, and I think our customers do. So we'll see.
That's pretty cool. Well, Paul, thanks for giving us the update on what's going on with Great Notion, and good luck with the next few months, and looking forward to seeing that app.
Yeah, thanks, man. Stay safe, stay healthy, everyone. Take care.
You as well, Paul. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.